Welcome everyone. This is one video in a series of videos to help guide you as we return to the public celebration of Mass during these pandemic times. This video is entitled, "What to Expect When You Return to Mass." First of all, let me state this. It's been clear from Bishop Zubik as well as throughout the United States that there is no obligation at this time to attend Sunday Mass. And that particularly goes for those who might be of high risk, according to the guidelines that have come down to us from medical professionals and the CDC. But coming back to Mass, what does that look like? First of all, it's required that you sign up ahead of time. And here in our parish communities, we're doing that by calling in on Thursdays to reserve a place or places. In order for the details of that, you can check one of the other videos. Signing up is required. There will be limited seating for the celebration of weekend masses. We've been hearing numbers and guidelines like 25% or, at this point in time in the green phase, gatherings of 250 people or less. But here in church, that's a bit different. And what really is guiding how many people we can have in the celebration of public Mass is the 6-foot social distancing requirement. That guide and that requirement in the context of a church space greatly affects how we are seated together, because churches and pews were set up in a way that we really cram people together. And so what you're going to experience when you come back is that, your pew may not be available. Also, what you're going to notice is really only every third pew can be sat in, and there'll be limited number of spaces within each of those pews, 3 or 4 within those pews. That being said, you realize that there will be greatly limited capacity for our weekend liturgies. Masks must be worn. You'll see different patterns of movement within church, and those will be guided by sign and signage, as well as a team of people who you will see as you enter into the church building. When you come into the church, you'll be met at the entrance doors. You will have your name checked off. You may be asked some questions, as questions are asked in entrance into most institutions these days. You'll be asked to use hand sanitizer and then go to your seat. Once in the celebration of the weekend Mass, there will really be no movement around the church. So you can expect that there won't be an offertory procession. There won't be a procession for communion in the celebration of Mass itself. That's held off until the end of Mass. Communion. In the Diocese of Pittsburgh, at all celebration of public Masses, we're celebrating communion after Mass is over. And so at the conclusion of Mass, the priest, the clergy will come forward. You will be ushered forward one pew at a time, and after you receive communion or choose not to, you can then depart by the exits. After each Mass is over, or each celebration of liturgy, whether that's a wedding, a funeral, a baptism, there has to be specific cleaning and sanitizing that is done to the space. That's in order to protect you and to protect the next people who are coming. Again, weekend Mass requires sign-up, but weekday Mass does not. That's a consideration as well in the midst of a time when the obligation is lifted and that we're all hungering for the Eucharist. You can tune into one of the other videos to find out how to sign up for weekend Mass.